Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about Gemini's file search. What is it and what can we do with it? So Gemini's file search is a great system that replaces actually the traditional RAG functionality. It's fast, it's cheap, and you can load a lot of documents in your system. What used to be a really time-consuming process with multiple steps will be really simplified with Gemini's file search. So I will explain this in my video with a couple of examples and uploads to the file search itself. And of course, you can, for example, go to Claude and then you can upload PDF in the context, and then you can say something like, how can I create better YouTube movies, use attachment to answer my questions. But that will consume a lot of tokens, which you don't have, especially if you're on a free plan like me at this point. And yeah, it's just unnecessary work, because every time you have to upload the documents again, and that's not what you want, because you want a steady system, a system which you can also use to maybe search through different documents and not one document. In companies, they have maybe 1,000 documents. So you want to be able to search them and not one single document. Then there is another reason. You don't want to put your highly sensitive data in every LLM, because sometimes about salaries, for example, if you are an HR department, you don't want to put your salaries in Cloud or Gemini or whatever. And so if you want to do that, you want to do that in an environment which is closed for the rest of the world. Maybe even with your own LLMs on your local environments without the internet. A lot of possibilities, but that's really something you have to think about it. Because before you know it, all your data is on the streets. So watch. So what is Gemini's file search exactly? Well, at first, I'm going to talk about this overview. At first, you have all kinds of documents. Those documents have to put together in a vector database. Before you do that, you have to chunk them up in pieces, and then you have to embed them. And then they go into the vector database. And vectors are arrays of numbers. And all of those numbers together, they form a specific point in a three-dimensional space. And let's say that you have a table and maybe a chair, then that chair has also similar numbers, not the same, but similar numbers. So in that three-dimensional space, the chair will be, well, close to the table, because they have to do something, they have a relations with each other. So what happens? When the data is in the vector database, then the user gives a query. And when the user gives a query, for example, in this case, we are working with the file search. So a user gives a query about some name it wants to find, a name or a sentence. Then that sentence is translated to a vector. And those vectors are searched in the database, in the vector database, for similarity. So if there is similarity between the vectors from the search and the vectors in the vector database, then it will return those words, those sentences. So the LLM will make sure it makes a nice story from that, and then you got a nice response. So that's a basic RAG pipeline. So what is Gemini file search doing at this point? So it simplifies it, because now you can just upload the document, and Google stores it via the API search in its storage, and you don't have to think about all the chunking, the embedding, and the vectorizing, because Google does it all automatically. So what that happens then the user also via LLM makes a user question, and then it just searches for the data and it gives you an answer. So it's much quicker. Well, let's have a look about the documentation. The Google file search in Gemini API. It is simple, integrated developer experience. It is a modern RAG solution by Google that automatically manages file storage, optimal chunk strategies, embeddings, and dynamic injection of retrieved context into your prompts. And the advantage is you don't have to build your entire RAG system from scratch. And like I told before, Google does it automatically. So it's very powerful. Vector search. File search uses vector search to understand the meaning of and the context of a user query. Can find relevant information from your documents even if the exact words aren't found. And so it's smart enough via the LLM that it uses similarities and synonyms to find the right context in the vector database. It also has built-in citations. It automatically includes citations that specify which part of your documents were used to generate the answer. And it supports a wide range of formats. You can build comprehensive knowledge bases, use a vast area of file formats, including PDF, mostly used, I guess, docx, txt, and JSON, and many other programming language file types. But these will be the most common ones, I guess. So what do you need to know about this? Well, you have to upload your files through Gemini Search. That's it. And then you go to the search area and just search for anything you want from the documentation you inserted before. Well, what about the cost? At this point, you only pay for creating the embeddings when you first index your files at a fixed rate of 15 cents per million tokens. So to bring this into perspective, a document of 200 pages, which is about 150,000 tokens. So 150,000 tokens is far less than 1 million. So one book of 200 pages won't cost you even 15 cents. So that's nice. If you compare it to other software, it's very cheap. Let's say we have here Gemini File Search, which costs $11, for example, and then you have a monthly total of $35. What about the super base vector store? Well, in this case, it should be even cheaper. But then you have to make sure you have your own VPS server, because Superbase Vector Store, you have to save those vectors somewhere. And Gemini's File Search, it's online. So Pinecone Assistants and OpenAI are much more expensive if you look at this. So, and then I have a quick example of the Python code. And like this, you can implement it and go further with it. So what do you see here? Well, this is a program that Google AI Studio created for me, so I can test this Gemini API search file server. So I made this, and now you will see a demo. So let's see what it does. First I'll click the browse button and I'll select some files. Here I have, let's say, 3 books, and I open them. Yeah, you see the books over here. Then I upload and chat. And now it's chunking, embedding, and vectorizing all the text in the PDF files. So it will take a few moments. If you like my videos, then please subscribe to my channel, so I can keep you posted of all my new videos. Now it's already done. So now I can chat with this document. So let's say I want to create a YouTube video. How should I title my, how should I name my title? And searches right away in the documents. Let's see what it finds. Okay, all kinds of things. Well, at first, okay, go and create a YouTube title, aim for something that grabs attention. Well, your celebrity, authority, for example. Well, let's see here this document. I have here the document open, celebrity. It finds including prominent figures, and that's something it names here. Also geographically, proximity, frame the title so it feels close to home for the viewer, either geographically. So in this document also is something about geographically. Let's search about that. Geographically. Oh, yeah, here. Proximity, close to home. Also the proximity is in here. Then we have the unusual aspects, for example. Let's search about that. Unusual aspects. Oh, it's already here. Yeah, unusual. So hook here we have. We are talking about hook the right audience. Yeah, hook. So here we are talking multiple times about hooks. So container words. Let's see if it has container. No, okay, that not. Then it changed the word to something else. But you get the point. So let's try something else. Okay, let's try something about the money models. Can you give me 2 money models to use when selling online? Okay, well, here it has attraction offers. Now let's see. Attraction. Okay, now here we have attraction or orders, page 26. Okay, I set it attraction offers because if you're not getting customers, you need one of those first. So this model is designed to convert strangers into consumers and cover your initial cost. Okay, and then it's about continuity offers. I also can find that in here. Continuity offers. Kijk, I show you my favorites continuity offers. Continuity offers, and so it goes. So this is a nice demo of two two searches which are done in the PDF file from Alex Hormoz. So it works great. If you like my video, then please hit the thumbs up button. I want to show you a quick overview of the Python program which is behind this. Oh, this is not what I want. So this is it. So what you can see here is just a simple program which handles all the file search actions to Google File Search, Gemini File Search. I have here a .env file, which I don't show to you, but this just contains the API that is connecting to Google, so it can do the file search. Without an API, it doesn't work. At this point, this is a temporary savage. So if you use the button to add documents and save them online and search, it is a temporary solution, because if you close the session, then everything is lost. That's just the way it works in this case. But if you want, you can always develop a steady storage that will maintain the data, so you don't have to upload it every time you want to search documents. So if you do that, then it will be a nice opportunity in your company, for example, because then you can go to, for example, the HR department, and you can upload all kinds of manuals from the department, maybe how much free days off your colleagues has, all those nice things, like your auntie has passed away. Can you get a day free for her funeral? All kinds of questions like that. So you can put all the information in those documents in the file storage in the rec database, and then you can just search for it. So those are nice opportunities which I would suggest. If you have some comments on my video, then please let me know beneath the video. So if you like this feature from the Gemini's file search and you want to work with this in your company and you don't want to do it yourself, then let me know and we can have a talk. My link to my calendar is beneath this video. So you can click on it, you can pick a nice spot whenever you have time, and then I hopefully see you there. Bye.